Okay. Je vous ai dit hier, arrêtez de faire ça. Parce que on a besoin du bruit. Qui était ici hier? Non, c'est mieux comme ça. Bon, je vais parler français, je vais faire un peu un effort de traduire ce que Richard et tout ça veut dire. Parce que hier, je parlais juste en anglais, je voulais pas perdre le rythme de la conversation. Et après, je voyais plein de Français qui disaient « Ah merde !» Ah, j'ai rien compris là. Donc je vais faire plus un effort, je suis désolé d'hier. Vous allez bien, ouais, vous allez bien? Il y a des gens qui ont fait un effort, il y a des gens qui n'ont pas fait effort. Je sais pas c'est quoi ça là, Pikachu qui va à la guerre. J'adore Comic Con parce qu'il y a des gens quelquefois, et je juge pas, hein, mais j'aime bien par exemple voir Deadpool et il a un grand ventre. Ah ben j'arrive. Ou alors leur voix, tu sais, moi je suis habitué aux voix anglais ou américains parce que I speak English, that's my first language en quelque sorte. Et donc, par exemple, je vois Bane, et tu sais, je veux entendre oh yeah, Mr. Bane! Et après, je l'approche, oui, en fait, je m'appelle Dark. Je suis timide. C'est tellement bizarre. Donc, moi ce que j'ai besoin, c'est un peu d'énergie. Il y a une grande foule, c'est super de vous voir ici. Qui a vu MacGyver? C'est bien, t'as fait ça, et après, t'as dit c'est bien. Ouais, moi j'ai grandi avec MacGyver aussi. Je vous dis maintenant, je connais rien de Stargate. Je connais pas le show, mais je connais le monde. Je travaille dans l'univers. Je comprends le voyage à travers le multivers. En quelque sorte, pour les fans. De quoi? Oh, les étoiles.
Le Stargate.
J'ai pas eu, quand on m'a demandé de faire ce boulot, j'ai pas eu le temps de regarder 7 saisons de quelque chose, ok? Donc, ce que je voulais dire, c'est soyez patients avec moi, mais clairement, il n'y aura pas de patience. Et donc, si vous avez des questions, s'il vous plaît, approchez-vous de la barrière. Et voilà, je vais vous laisser faire la section Stargate. Étoile! Bon, j'ai besoin d'un peu d'énergie, donc comme hier, je vais vous diviser en deux, d'accord? Donc ce côté-là, j'ai besoin d'un ha! Ce côté-là, ha! Ok, et toi, quand je te montre le doigt comme ça, tu dois faire hi hi. Tu pourras le faire? Donne-moi un petit exemple. Je crois pas que c'est un bon rôle pour le... Toi, tu vas faire un... Comme ça. Je voulais juste essayer pour voir, c'était débile. Bon, je vais voir si Richard est prêt. Richard. Please welcome to the stage, Richard D. Anderson!
Thank you. Jesus. Let me try that again. Hello, everyone. Smooth. Yeah, I put on my smooth cap today. Well, I should have a cap on. How about this hair, huh?
Vous aimez bien ces cheveux?
No, that's not the result I wanted from that.
No, you look good.
Not too bad yourself.
Thanks, man.
No, I'm overgrown these days, so forgive my unkemptness. But, hi, how's everybody doing? Any questions? I'll let you take it. Go ahead.
Well, actually, you're right to ask them for questions. I admitted to them that I know nothing of Stargate, and they shamed me. Je vais regarder après, pour l'année prochaine. Are you coming back next year? I'll be better prepared.
Okay.
Bon, il va revenir l'année prochaine, comme ça, moi je pourrais demander des questions de Stargate. Bon, tu parles français, Richard?
No. At all. Well, I've learned how to say one thing in asking. When asked, how are you doing in French?
Comment ça va?
All I can say is, yes, ça va. Très fatigué. That's all I know.
Non, très bien, très fatigué.
Merci. Je n'ai pas qu'est-ce que c'est ça de moyen en coucou.
Je sais pas comment traduire. So I'm going to do a little bit translating.
I'm just going to stand a little bit.
Hey, do what you
I've
want.
been sitting all day.
This feels weird. C'est un peu bizarre comme ça.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, you do what you want. I'm gonna stay seated.
Well, I like weird.
Oh, this.
That's better, much better.
So, Richard, welcome. I'm assuming you've done many of these conventions, so I welcome you to lead the conversation wherever you like. But like this is weird. I'm going to sit back down. Like most people, I grew up watching MacGyver. It was an amazing show. MacGyver, c'est incroyable quand même. Et je sais pas si vous êtes comme moi, mais every now and then, when I get in a sticky situation, even decades later, I would ask myself, what would MacGyver do? Vous aussi? Qu'est-ce que MacGyver fait maintenant?
I think we've seen T-shirts with that on.
Yes.
Is that true?
Yes.
I don't know. You're gonna shame me again. So have you, in your evolution of becoming MacGyver, have you become a better problem solver in life?
And I hate having to be serious right out of the gate, but
Okay, well, you know what?
no, it's fine.
Okay, I've got a silly question.
Now I want to say, what was the question? But that, see, that would
No,
be-
we'll
no,
turn
I
back.
got it.
Yeah.
What was the question? No, I grew up in Minnesota, and we learned in Minnesota. We're much like Canadians, but we're Minnesotans. Wait a minute. How many speak English here and understand?
Yes.
And I will do a brief translation.
Yes, please. And we, growing up, my dad, we didn't have a lot of money. It's a sad story. It's not really. But we built things. Or, I mean, we fixed things if they got broken in our family. It just made more sense. So I grew up with that mentality or that family credo. I mean, if it's broken, fix it. If you can't, fix it anyway. But, so yeah, when MacGyver came along, I didn't know it until maybe the middle of the first season that they had cast the right guy. Because I'm curious about solutions to things. I'm an idiot when it comes to mathematics and physics and all that stuff, but I'm fascinated by it. I observe everything I can, and I take it all in. The older I get, the more I forget, so there's more room. But yeah, I mean, prior to MacGyver and since then, I've gotten a little sharper in my observations, even though I'm getting older.
And have you used that sharpness to, because I believe that you do quite a lot of environmental work, as in like you work with charities to work on the environment.
Yeah.
Do you use that sort of calculating curiosity to improve the world?
Well, administratively, I'm not so keen. I'm not so sharp on, I mean, I'll look at a problem, like a larger global problem, like the killing of our marine mammals, etc. And my sense of common sense kicks in. And it's like, well, there's the problem. Well, here's some obvious solutions. Why don't we, flow in that direction to help solve global warming or whatever it might be? I could talk forever, But you don't want that, because I ramble. What was I saying?
We love ramble. We love ramble.
Okay, now where's that interpretation now?
What's that?
Everything I just said, you were going to interpret.
No, I'm going to say it word for word.
I'm going to take a nap.
J'avais demandé en fait, est-ce qu'il a utilisé la mentalité qu'il avait créée pour MacGyver? Est-ce qu'il a maintenant la même sorte de curiosité et un savoir-faire pour résoudre des problèmes? Et en fait, il a dit que quand il a grandi à Minnesota avec sa famille, il réparait beaucoup de choses. C'était l'environnement où si quelque chose était cassé, tu le répares. Et donc il avait déjà cette sorte de mentalité. Et maintenant, il fait beaucoup de travail avec l'environnement et il utilise la même sorte de mentalité, quoi. Il dit qu'il n'est pas intelligent, mais c'est clair qu'il est intelligent, mais il ne comprend rien, donc je peux lui dire que tu es très intelligent. I said that you said that you weren't so smart with, let's say, mathematics and physics and stuff. And I said, but clearly you are a very smart man. And so then I said that in French, but you didn't understand, which sort of was a nice paradox.
Well done.
Thanks. Let's go to a silly question then. You've got 5 fingers, and you can have unlimited liquid coming out of them. At will.
Liquid?
Liquid. But TSA liquid, so it could be toothpaste, it could be lava, whatever you want. It could be water. So the spectrum is huge. 5 fingers, unlimited liquid for the rest of your life. Choose.
Gold.
Liquid gold? Yeah, that's a good one.
I could go in that vein and, well, water, obviously. Do you understand the question?
La question c'est, tu as 5 doigts et tu peux sortir du liquide unlimited. Comment on dit unlimited? Sans limite. Sans limite, liquide. Quelle sorte de liquide est-ce que tu choisirais? Et Richard, il a choisi de l'or, pas mal, et de l'eau. De l'or et de l'eau.
How do you say that?
Or is
Oh,
gold, de l'or, of the gold, et de l'eau, of the water.
And agua.
Agua es español.
Yeah.
¿Hablas español, Richard?
Well, I'm trilingual, obviously. Yeah, all right, so we got water, we got gold. Beer for that group over there.
What did you say?
Beer.
Beer. Yeah, but which one?
Yeah, exactly, my question. Which kind?
Well, it's your choice. What's your favorite beer?
Well, I don't drink, but
Well, then beer's not a good choice for you.
well,
Don't listen to them.
I was letting some of the guys join in the festivities because you're going to be on this planet too, right? Or this island where we're headed with 5 liquids coming out of our fingers. Anything out on the toes?
No, don't be greedy.
Ginger ale.
Wow.
No, that's not big here in France. How many fingers I got left?
I think so. Gold, water, beer, ginger ale. You got one more. C'est quoi ginger ale?
Does anybody know what ginger ale is?
Huh?
2 people, 3.
C'est comme Canada Dry, ouais, c'est ça. Quel choix.
What's one more?
One more.
One more liquid. What's yours?
Toothpaste. Du dentifrice. Du quoi? Du champagne.
That's
Pompe d'alcoolique. C'est chiant qu'il y ait juste un pôle, c'est juste du café, c'est où le bar? So everyone's wanting.
champagne and bottled beer.
Make sure you don't drink the gold. That would.
What? Oh,
Make
drink
sure you
gold.
don't drink the gold.
Can I change gold? Gold is soft and not really.
Money though, Richard, money.
Yeah, I'm assuming that the world is coming to an end and we have 5 fingers left. You with me on this, folks?
What was your favourite MacGyver episode to film? And it could have been because of a memory that you had with the crew, or one that you particularly found yourself acting like at a higher level. Like, what was the episode? Come on.
Thanks for that tongue in your cheek.
Well, you know, we go through waves, right?
Well, I have One of the great things about doing MacGyver when I was much younger was that I could do my stunts and do all the activity and stuff. Not all the stunts, I qualify, but most of them. So any episode you see where there's, let's say, skiing, I was able to do all my own skiing. There was an episode, at the beginning of an episode, where I'm on horseback and a helicopter comes down and I take this big hook that they've dropped and put it onto the saddle and the helicopter flies off with me and the horse. They only I did all my riding and the helicopter comes down and I take the hook and I start to put it on, they say cut. And I freaked out. It's at that point that they get the stuntman in and he gets to fly away with the horse. Not old Ricky. Nuh-uh.
Yeah, that's painful. I've only had a brief encounter with a stunt swap and it hurts. It hurts. Donc je lui avais demandé quelle sorte d'épisode est-ce qu'il a préféré. Je crois pas qu'il a un choix, mais les choses qu'il a vraiment adoré c'est faire ses stunts. Donc il a fait du ski et tout ça, et il y avait un moment où il montait à cheval et il y a un hélicoptère qui arrive et qui va attraper le cheval, hook, qui va attraper le cheval. Donc lui il monte, il est content, il met ça, et après le réalisateur il a dit oh cut, maintenant le stuntman va le faire, et il était très triste. Est-ce qu'il y a quelqu'un dans l'audience, dans le public, qui a une question pour MacGyver, pour le show de MacGyver? Oui, mademoiselle.
Dans les Simpsons, quel est son avis, la reprise de MacGyver avec les sœurs de Marge?
What's your opinion on the spoof version of MacGyver in The Simpsons? So Patty and Selma famously love MacGyver. They love MacGyver.
And MacGyver loves them.
They're quite a couple.
Doing an episode of The Simpsons at the time for me, and still is in retrospect, one of the great honors for me. I'm a huge animation fan. Not so much anime, but I'm coming over a little bit. But The Simpsons, Family Guy, Mork and Mindy.
Rick and Morty.
Yeah, Rick and Morty.
Rick
and Morty. I'm dating myself. Things like that. That kind of satirical animation, and I really like. So when we hired Homer, Joe Castellaneta, to do an episode of Stargate? No, MacGyver, I guess. And we got to know each other, and we had lunch. We became chummy. He came in one day afterwards and asked if I'd be interested in doing an episode of The Simpsons. And yes, of course. And so he and his wife had written a script that involved MacGyver's.
I think the episode, je crois que l'épisode c'était Die Bart Die, right? Die Bart Die. C'est l'épisode avec the clown, le clown là, Sideshow Bob. C'est ça?
No. Kiss Kiss Bangalore is the title of the episode in which MacGyver appears.
Oh, but MacGyver does appear in that episode as well. Because the only way that he can fake her death or that he can kill her is while she's watching MacGyver, and then he turns on the gas so that the building explodes. No, the microphone. You just... I know. Oh, okay. C'était juste pour moi ça.
We were having an intimate moment.
So am I correct to say that the actor that plays Homer came on MacGyver? That's correct.
Yeah, Joe Castellaneta came on to MacGyver. We became friends. He and his wife had written a script that included, so it was like a dream come true for me.
Donc c'était un rôle parfait pour lui parce qu'il a adoré les Simpsons. Qui adore ici les Simpsons? C'est un icon, une légende. Donc c'était vraiment un honneur pour lui de le faire. Mais bon, on a découvert qu'en fait il y a plus qu'un épisode. There's more than one episode, yeah. Oh, et la façon dont ça s'est passé, c'est que le personnage qui fait la voix de Homer, il a joué dans un épisode de MacGyver. Et en fait, c'est comme ça qu'ils se sont rencontrés. So, that was nice.
He's right.
Okay, scenario. If MacGyver was trapped on a desert island with a broken laptop, a lighter, an apple, and some string, how would he get off the island, considering the entire forest is on fire?
Hell if I know. I call AAA. Oh, I'm in France. I forgot.
La question que j'ai, I'll give you some time. La question que j'ai demandé, c'est MacGyver, il est sur une île désert, la forêt est en feu, t'as juste un ordinateur qui est cassé, un briquet, une pomme et du fil. Comment tu vas t'en sortir? Du fil is string.
I don't know.
That's the last episode of MacGyver. Do we have any more questions for the show MacGyver? Yes, mademoiselle.
Je voulais lui demander s'il aurait aimé jouer dans le reboot de MacGyver.
Would you have liked to play in the reboot of MacGyver?
They're making one?
They're for a reboot? Yeah, they're making a reboot
Of MacGyver.
of MacGyver.
Oh, you mean the one that they already made and canceled in the States?
This one.
Is that the one you're talking about? I've been asked the question about regenerating the MacGyver franchise. And it's not an unattractive thought in my retired mind, because if anyone would be interested in really running with the concept of MacGyver as a very old man who's maybe a little shaky, taking apart a bomb or whatever he's doing, I think there's a lot of humor to be had out of that. Not at the expense of elderly folks, because I am one. I think that would be worth exploring at some point, but it's so much work, and I'm so lazy. So.
Il aimerait bien peut-être, c'est une peut-être idée de faire un MacGyver, mais où il est vieux en fait, parce qu'il est vieux. Et c'est pas moi qui dis ça, il l'a dit, et aussi c'est clair. Et donc il a dit, ce serait intéressant, mais pas de trouver un peu d'humour en avoir. Non, merde. D'avoir MacGyver qui est un peu vieux, donc quand il essaye de diffuser des bombes, il est un peu vieux et c'est un peu dur. Donc ce serait marrant, mais pas trop, quoi. Pas se moquer des gens qui sont vieux, juste un MacGyver qui est un peu vieux maintenant. Donc ça serait intéressant. Hein, ça serait intéressant?
Oui.
Right, let's move on to Stargate. So obviously Stargate has 7 seasons. Oh, 10. Oh, merde. So I clearly know nothing about Stargate.
Oh, good.
So,
Because I probably know less.
okay, that's good. So apparemment, il sait rien aussi. I don't believe you.
I can't remember anything.
They do.
Yeah, thank goodness for you guys.
Apparemment, ils se rappellent de rien de Stargate, mais vous vous rappelez donc. What was something that you took away from Stargate, philosophically speaking, that you now bring into your, not day-to-day, but in your like reality now? Like what's something that you learned from those shows?
Well, it opened my avenues for entertainment in that, and an education and fantasy, in that I wasn't a fan of science fiction before I got the role of Jack. And once I got more involved in the production end of it and seeing how the machinery worked on a technical level, then I really started to take an interest in the genre, if you will. because as we're finding out, as time marches on and more franchises or films come along, there's no limit to what the film industry can bring. And I've always felt in general that if you've got an imagination, you've got everything. But what I took away from the experience was just that I have a greater respect for science fiction and the production thereof. So there's nothing too deep about that I've taken away from all the writings and that the writers and the other producers, because the writers and the creators of the text and of the storylines, they're the ones that do the work, and I couldn't keep up with those guys. I mean, my brain doesn't think in terms of that, of those realms. And storytelling I love, but that's, you gotta keep people's attention when it comes to, entertainment, basically. Just wind up. Sorry. See, I put them all asleep.
No, they love it. Are you having a good time? Yeah! Yeah, Richard, you don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, I do. Oh, yes, I do.
Il disait que pour lui, le monde de science-fiction, c'était pas quelque chose qui l'intéressait au début. Il n'était pas sûr, mais une chose qu'il a appris avec Stargate, c'est l'amour en fait de raconter des histoires et la science-fiction. Tout d'un coup, il a en fait aimé ce monde. Et je lui ai demandé s'il avait appris des choses philosophiquement de ces histoires. Et il a dit qu'en fait, les gens qui créaient tous ces mondes, c'était les écrivains et les créateurs. C'est eux qu'ils existent dans cette sorte de monde, tu sais, tous les jours. Et pour lui, c'était juste, tu sais, lire le texte et tout ça. Et il a appris des choses, mais c'est pas vraiment son monde. That's right.
Oui.
Merci. S'il vous plaît, y a-t-il des questions pour Stargate?
Hello, sir. I have a question. Brad Wright actually worked for a new project of Stargate with MGM and Amazon, and I asked you if he asked you to come back for one episode to make the transition from SG-1 to the new show, if you go back.
Okay, I missed part of that just because of the acoustics.
Okay. Brad Wright actually worked on the new project of Stargate for MGM and Amazon, and if he asked you to come back for one episode to make the transition to SG-1 to the new show, if you would go back.
Oh, I see. That's funny, he didn't mention that to me. I've talked to Brad. I mean, we communicate, and if we could bring again, it goes back to what I was saying about MacGyver. I'm not going to get any younger. I'm not going to do any kind of cosmetic surgery to try and look like I used to look. I look like this. And if a franchise wants to make that adjustment and have me recreate a character, I want him to have transitioned, evolved through whatever he's going to look like, sound like, think. I think that's far more interesting than trying to recreate that guy. So that guy's been through all of this, and now here's a cranky old fart trying to, start the engine on his rocket ship. But, yeah, I would. I think, because first of all, I love Brad. We're buddies, and most of the rest of the cast I just adore. Most. No. I didn't think anybody would react. No, I love everyone, except one.
Any more questions?
Tu nous as expliqué que tu n'étais pas fan de science-fiction au début. Qu'est-ce qui t'a donné envie d'aller vers Stargate quand vous avez reçu la proposition?
Como?
So you said earlier that you weren't necessarily a fan of science fiction before you stepped into Stargate. What was the catalyst that made you go, actually, that's something I could pursue?
Well, for one thing, I'd never been in anything, performed or produced anything like a science fiction project. And so there was a guy that was a MacGyver administrator. He had moved to MGM, and they owned the rights to Stargate. The movie had already been made, and they were going to make it into a series. The guy's name is John Symes. He called me and said, I want you to do this. This is for you. He sent me a copy of the film. I watched it. It's pretty fast. I mean, it was cool. But he wanted me to play Jack O'Neill. And I said, well, if you all remember what Kurt Russell looked like, I said, you know, my hair won't do that. Just won't. Blonde crew cut. It's just, well, it is what it is. So he sent me that in the script, and I kind of, there was a comfort zone in there. I saw some things that I could do with it if they were willing to trust me that it would be okay eventually. Because my take on Jack O'Neill was far less regimented than old crew cut guy. So it was as simple as that. I mean, I don't know what to say about it. I mean, I just jumped on board right away. There was more to your question than that, though.
No, I think that's pretty much a well answered. En fait, la raison qu'il a voulu faire un peu de science-fiction, c'était parce que c'était une belle opportunité en tant qu'acteur. Et il avait confiance aux gens qui avaient demandé de venir faire le show, en fait. Et il a pu lire le texte, et il y avait le film avec Kurt Russell. Et la seule chose qu'il avait un peu de trouble, un peu de difficulté, c'est comment est-ce que moi je pourrais jouer le même personnage. Il n'est pas Kurt Russell, il n'a pas les mêmes cheveux et tout ça. Et donc, il voulait savoir si il avait le droit d'évoluer un peu le personnage et si la production avait confiance en lui pour changer un peu les choses. Et donc en fait c'était un désir et un plaisir pour un comédien de changer les choses en fait, c'est tout. Another question? Yeah.
J'ai eu la chance de rencontrer Tony Amendola et Christopher Judge qui jouent Bratak et Tick, et ils m'ont dit par rapport à Richard Dean Anderson que c'était, quand je leur ai demandé c'était qui l'acteur avec qui ils avaient préféré jouer, les deux ont dit que c'était lui, parce que quand il jouait, ils trouvaient que c'était quelqu'un qui ne jouait pas, en fait c'est comme si c'était naturel pour lui, et du coup je voulais juste savoir s'il y avait un petit mot pour eux aussi par rapport à ça.
Alors, les personnages c'est comment? The actors that played Bratak and Tick, the actors that played Bratak and Tick, is that there's an L in there, Till. Oh, it's because of the French accent, that's why it's from. They said, when they were asked who did they love to play with the most, both of them naturally said it was you. And one of the reasons is because it seemed like you were so effortless in your way of acting, and they just both said that the real pleasure was to play with you in their career. And he's wondering essentially, what is your perspective of them? Like, do you have any kind words for them?
Oh, they were both pains in the butt. Sorry. No, you're talking about two gentleman actors. I mean, wonderful seasoned guys that have been around forever and consummate professionals. So it was always fun to play with. Well, it was kind of like acting style-wise, we were made for each other because I grew up in improv. theater, so I'm kind of off the walls a lot, and I react to what's going on. It got me in trouble in the beginning because the poor writers would write these, wonderful scripts, and I would just improvise off them, which is, I was told by Brad Wright, very offensive to writers. And he was right. I wasn't so.
But it does give something for the director, right? It gives.
Well, the directors had to kind of rein me in a little bit.
Oh, they did?
Yeah. But the fact that I was one of the executive producers, I could over. But no, I took a step back and I realized they're right. Everybody's doing their job, and what script they put out, that I should be saying the words, especially during first readings or table reads. I made my adjustment and started after those table reads and reading the script as is. I would make my suggestions, and we'd have independent rehearsals, and I would just bring to it whatever impulse. And a lot of it, what I would bring would be anachronistic, or just didn't fit. I was kind of, here's an admission, kind of self-serving. I like things to be light and hopefully harmless. It'd be nice if there was a laugh in there somewhere, but that's, but I'm respectful of the process enough to say, you're right, let's try it the way it's traditionally done, and then I'll add my 2 cents down the road. Does that make any sense?
It makes sense. Yeah. You know what you're doing. We trust you.
Okay.
Yeah, I love it.
Now they bought it.
Unfortunately, we are running out of time. I would love to speak with you more. It seems like you are, time still exists. Time is going to be continuing forever, but as in we are running out of time together. Don't worry, it's not imploding on us now. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh, my
I was wondering, since you've done a few of these before, are there any parting words that would
Yes.
give pleasure to the audience?
Well, a couple of things, and I'll stand up so the little people in there can see. First of all, thank you for receiving me once again into your lovely country. And for those of you who aren't from this country, you too. Thank you. For anybody who's been standing in line to get a signature from me, I apologize from my knees. I'm so sorry it takes so long. But tough, because I like spending at least an eye contact's worth of time connecting, rather than, and I'll say it, the William Shatner style of head down, sign next kind of thing. I can't do that. So it takes time for me to say hello to folks, and if there's a dog involved, forget it. You can all go home. And kids too. I love kind of chatting with kids. But anyway, thank you for waiting the long lines, and I understand if you just, walk away. it's too long to wait. I'll try and speed things up for the rest of the night. But thank you for again having me back. I love doing it. Anybody want a chocolate egg?
Yes, just 5 minutes. For my children. Yes, one.
This is the most Jesus thing I've ever seen in my life. Just a bearded, long-haired man giving chocolate eggs to a crowd.
I have some mints that have been in my pocket for a couple months. What else I got that you can have? It's all those really hard mints. And I need those, and they're probably tainted by now anyway. Thank you.
Don't forget your glasses. Enchanté.